Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 6. Hopefully, you're kind of settling into the routine of the course. Fairly standard assignments for this week. You're going to have your week 6 quiz, which is going to be over chapter 4 in the textbook. Remember, you can use your text and your notes for working on this test, and there's no time limit on it, but you do have to do it in one sitting. So that one's fairly standard. This week, your academic skill plan is going to be over taking tests, so you're going to make a goal that is going to help you with your test-taking skills. So for the skill plan, just make sure that you kind of read through the instructions carefully and make sure that you know everything you're doing there, and make sure that you take a look at the rubric at the bottom of the instructions so you know what you're being graded on. The area in the academic skill plans that I see that a lot of people have trouble with is where it talks about the evaluation criteria. Remember that the most effective evaluation criteria is going to involve either talking to someone or writing it down, usually. So talking to a friend or accountability partner is going to help you stay accountable and stay doing well on your goals, and also give you another perspective on how your goal is going, if you're succeeding or not. And then also any method of writing it down. So writing on a physical calendar or a Google Calendar, anything like writing in a journal would be an effective way of notating your success. Maybe an Excel spreadsheet. There's a lot of different methods you could use, but some method of writing it down, recording it somewhere is really what's going to move you from it just being kind of a wish to really being a goal that you're really working on. So keep that in mind as you're working on deciding what you want your evaluation criteria to be for that one. Okay, so for your journal this week, again, you're going to have 2 different topics to choose from, or you can do them both to get the extra credit. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about the journal real quick. So the first choice journal entry is talking about acting on purpose, or another way to talk about this would be to act intentionally, to really decide how you want to use your time. So first, to decide how you want to use your time, you really need to know where are you currently spending your time. So you're going to write down a little list of specific actions that you've taken in the past couple of days, just from whenever you're filling this out. And they can be ranged anywhere from important to absolutely trivial, and just write kind of a list there. And then you're going to categorize those into quadrants to kind of determine the relative importance of the various tasks that you spent time on in the last couple of days. So for example, you might have things that are important and also urgent, which means that they need to be done and they need to be done right away. And there's a variety of things that could fit into this category. I just put a couple of examples here in that box. You're going to have the category of being things that are important, but they are not urgent. So they're things that need to happen, but they don't necessarily need to happen right now. There's the category of urgent but not important, and this is, I think, the one that most people struggle with deciding what fits into this category. Obviously, definitely a matter of opinion, but this would be something that that needs to happen right now, or you feel like it needs to happen right now, but it's not necessarily important to complete. So, for example, something that might be urgent but not important might be your favorite show is coming on right now. So it's time sensitive, but it's not necessarily an important thing. Or, seeing that, that Instagram post just popped up on your phone, and it happened right now, so it feels urgent, but it's not necessarily an important thing. So that's kind of how you categorize that one. Urgent meaning time sensitive, it's happening now or happening soon, but it's not necessarily something that's important. So that's how you would categorize that one. And then the fourth category is something that's not important and it's not urgent. So it's something that could happen really anytime. So these things are a lot of the trivial things, the more entertainment type things, like video games or movies, or watching a show that you have on streaming so you can view it anytime, that sort of thing. So you're going to categorize all your activities into these 4 different categories, and then you're going to kind of do a little bit of an analysis with these questions down here, where you're going to kind of talk about where do you spend the most time, and is that how you want to spend your time? Is that moving you towards your goals? And how can you move towards your goals if you find that you're not currently? So it just kind of helps you to evaluate your use of time as it stands now, so that you have sort of a baseline from which to improve and get better in that. So that one is Journal 12. The other journal choice is talking about your self-management system, and that's basically your system for keeping track of tasks and ideas and things that you plan to do. Basically your system for planning out your day, your week, your month, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of different systems that people have. Some people don't really have much of a system, or not a formalized system. I have a few examples here of different self-management systems. So it's kind of how, what we mean here by self-management system is just how you keep track of everything that you need to do and everywhere that you need to be. And there's a lot of different the methods that people have. Some people just kind of try to remember it all. Most people have some form of writing it down, or so you're going to want to talk about that. And if you don't have a self-management system, you can write that as well, and just kind of analyze, how is this working for you? Are you missing tasks? Are you missing appointments? Are you forgetting about things that are important? Do you feel more stressed? Are you getting things done in a timely manner? And you're going to kind of do a little bit of analysis about what you're currently doing, and then sort of think about how you would like to be doing in the future. Now, the main purpose of this assignment is mostly just to, again, kind of give you that baseline. What am I currently doing and how can I improve in this area? Just to kind of put that on your radar of, do I have a system for keeping track of everything? Do I need to implement one? Is what I'm doing working? Do I need to change some things? And just kind of give you that baseline knowledge of where you are now so that you can improve from wherever you are. Okay, and then our last assignment this week is going to be the Share and Discuss study schedule. So for this assignment, you're going to have a few preparation activities that talk a little bit about prioritizing and writing a schedule, and then you are going to go ahead and write a schedule that kind of follows your typical week in school. Now, I realize that some people have work schedules that change. Just do the best you can with that, and try and put in everything that's set in your schedule, and kind of try to map out when you're going to study, when you're going to eat, when you're going to exercise, when you go to work, that sort of thing, and really try and get all the major stuff in there. I always recommend, you don't have to do this, but I always recommend trying to make it a little more visual, as that helps with helps a lot of people. So you can add colors, you can change fonts, you can put a little picture if that's helpful. Just things to make it accessible for you. And then once you have finished writing up your schedule, you're going to review that with someone else, anyone of your choice, and get their feedback on the schedule. And sort of the questions to be asking would be, do you think my schedule is too full? Do you think I need to add more time for study, more time for work? Do I need to have less? Do I need to have more social time? That's the kind of feedback that you're looking for. Just, is the schedule balanced? Is it something that's going to lead to you having a good balance in your life, or is that something that maybe you need to change around a little bit so that you have a good balance between your health and your schooling and recreation and your social life and everything like that? And then in your share and discuss, you're just going to indicate the person's name. First names are just fine. And then what advice they had for you regarding your schedule. And remember that you do have the rubric down here at the bottom to tell you all the grading criteria for that assignment. Also, really quickly on that, I do have in the announcements this week just a few little tips about making a schedule. And there is an example schedule on the announcement as well that just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what a color-coded schedule might look like. Try to keep it simple, but hopefully visually accessible. Something that will help you to stay organized. And remember, of course, that you can alter your schedule later if you find that it's not working or you put too much in there. Continuous improvement is really the name of the game. So please let me know if you have any questions on your assignments this week. I know that it's a lot to get done this week, but please let me know if you have any questions or if you're having any troubles or struggles, and I'm happy to work with you. So thank you so much for your time today, and have a great week.